Hey guys, welcome to the channel again for another car video. This time something a little bit different, and we're starting off today inside the vehicle in what you can see is something that's going to be quite exciting. I am in Mrs. John Coupland's Fiat 500, and as you can see, it is a statement piece. The colour that you see inside is the colour that you will see on the outside as well. We're going to take a quick look around it because a few people have been asking me about it on the Twitter. If you are on the Twitter, then it's at John Coupland. If you want to follow me, I'll talk about this car and what I think about it, any issues that we faced in our ownership, and just a quick look around this brief walk around video, of this car, which is a limited edition Fiat 500 in Barbie pink. So it's a bit of a different one today, and it's quite windy as well, so I can only apologise if there is any wind noise. So it's John here, and today we're discussing the Barbie pink Fiat 500, of which they made 1,000 actually, 500 in a glass top and 500 in a convertible top. This one does belong to Mrs. John Coupland. She's had it for 5 years now, and I never really decided to feature it on the channel because I didn't think anyone would really be interested. And then in a few of the cars and a few of the videos and on the social medias, people have seen it, and they have asked for videos. So here it is. Here's a quick video walk around of the car and having a look at it and having a chat about it. So Mrs. John Coupland doesn't normally feature on the channel. She does feature as my comedy long-suffering other half on the Twitter. And again, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do, but I'm sure there'll be no prizes for guessing what her name is, thanks to the personalised number plate, which was actually an engagement present a few years ago. And I was dubious about this. A quick history of how the car came to be with us. We were on holiday, and before this, Mrs. John Coupland had a Peugeot 207 Sport in blue, and it was a fantastic little car. Sadly, it got written off by a gentleman in his van who decided it'd be a good idea to sideswipe us with it, which is why we needed to very quickly find ourselves another vehicle. And Mrs. John Coupland is a bit of a girly girl, and she showed me the pink ones, and she said, "Oh, I really want one of these." And then we went to look at a yellow one at a dealer, and I hated it. She loved it, but we was then looking at this pink one. We went down to see it. It was in Bedford, and it belonged to a primary school teacher who had actually, this was her second one because she'd written her first one off. Mrs. John Coupland fell in love with it. I actually fell in love with the history behind it and all the bits and pieces, and we went from there and brought it home. Now, it did need a damn good valet, and as you can see, it's in relatively good condition. There's a few things here and there I'm going to point out, but just throughout the video, if you wanted to have a look at anything, you can pause it and we can take a look. Now, it is quite windy, as I say, and there's quite a lot of traffic because people are coming home from school and work, so hopefully you can hear me okay, and if the video doesn't come out exceptionally very well, then we can do it again. Right, let's take a look at the exterior then. So this is a 2010 plate, so if you see a pink Fiat 500 and it's not got a personalised plate on and it is not a 2010 model, then it's either been wrapped or painted, because they were only released in 2010, which again was the Barbie pink edition. And there's a few things in this car that are optional, and there are a few things that we don't have in this car that were optional. And as I say, only 500 made of this one. They do spring up on Facebook from time to time because they are quite popular with a certain sort of person. So this one provided by St Michael's Garage. It hasn't got the original dealer plates, obviously, because we've got Mrs. John Coupland's plates on there, and there are a few things, as I say, that she's put on there, such as her sparkly pink Fiat badges, which I think you saw at the beginning as well in the cockpit. Let's take a quick walk around the outside then, and talk about what the car is. It is a 2010 Lounge 1.4 litre engine with the glass top as well. Now that causes some problems for me because I'm 6'4.5" and 20 odd stone, and so fitting inside it is quite difficult. You've got then the styling at the front. I call it the moustache. You've got the Fiat 500 moustache again with the the pink badges on the front there. And one thing you might see or may not see is the bumper. The bumper here is a different colour to the rest of the car. It hasn't been sprayed, it is just how it is, it's just how it's faded. It hasn't had a good old wash and a valet recently, because she does trash it and treat it a bit like a workhorse, which is what it is, and that's why you'll see that the tyres are a bit faded and grubby, and they've not been cleaned very recently. Let's point out a few issues with this car then. When we got it, there's a big ding in this swathe line, which has been caused by a book box, apparently. You know, plastic boxes that you put kiddies' books in? The teacher used to lean it up against the passenger door, open the door, and then sling her books in there, which is a shame about that. The alloy wheels are trashed, absolutely trashed. They need a good old refurb. And there's a few dings and dents there, and marks as well, but apart from that, overall very good condition. In my opinion, could do with the dent man coming out and having a good old go at it one afternoon, but yeah, I just wanted to show you it really and document it. So taking a look inside, oh, I'll tell you what we have done. We've put optional extra mud flaps on the back here. It doesn't look great, I don't think they look great, they look like elephant ears hanging off the back, but they certainly do a job. Amy was part of a Fiat 500 Girls UK group, now disbanded. No idea why, maybe they all fell out. But yeah, so taking a look inside, if you've never seen inside one of these, quite spacious and roomy. Again, absolutely filthy inside. We haven't had a chance to clean it out before the video. That's not my fault, that's Mrs. John Coupland's fault. I told her I was doing the video, and she said, oh, it'll be fine, it won't look too bad. There you go, the proof is in the pudding, but I won't lie, it does come up quite well. And for a car that we absolutely use and abuse, we stick the dog in the back and go out. It's actually quite nice. We've got our lovely Wish Fiat seat belt covers there. They look awful, don't they? But lots of room in the back there actually, and the seats do fold down to give you sort of not a hatchback, but you know, a little bit more space in the boot. And we'll look in the boot in just a moment's time. This annoys me. When you fold the seat forward, it slides forward. Then when you fold the seat back, you have to manually go underneath and push it back again. Bad design flaw, that Fiat. You would have thought there would have been a little button or something here to move the seats back. So inside then, really basic door cards. You've got the chrome here, obviously electric windows, so no manual winders or anything. Plasticky, very plasticky, but it's okay. And this here is a glove box. There's nothing else here. There's no storage cubby holes or anything. That is your glove box, and as you see, it's got the absolute fantastic, great CD collection in there, featuring Little Boppers, now 97, and now that's what I call a summer party. If I don't want to know what's on a summer party, what are we calling a summer party? I've not actually been in this car for a while. What have we got in here? Oh, yes. Such favourites such as Nicki Minaj and Starships, and yeah, Mama Do the Hump by Rizzle kicks as well. Great. So the pink does come into the engine bay, not the engine bay, the cockpit, so to speak. And I'm filthy because I've been painting fences today, by the way. But the pink does come into here. One thing we have got though, as a little bit of added storage, and many people don't know about this, is under the passenger seat is this little cubby hole, and people lose things in there. Not many people know about it, and every now and again on the Fiat 500 group it's like, oh, did you know about this super duper special cubby hole? And actually the answer is yes we did. We actually found a sat nav in there when we bought the car. We asked the lady if she wanted it back, and she said no, keep it. So that's inside. Nothing really to write home about. We'll go through to the driver's side. We've got Pretty in Pink. Those of you that know 80s movies will appreciate that. And we'll go, as I say, through to the driver's side and have a quick look in here. She's got a little pink key, pink strawberries, pink floor mat, again absolutely filthy. Electric door mirrors and bits and pieces, and actually covering 65,057 miles now since we bought it. What's that? Oh, it's Fallout Boy. Better turn that up before YouTube censors me. She's got her pink in here as well. It's actually quite a good little car with plenty of space in the cockpit. You wouldn't you wouldn't know you was in a little pink bug, as we call it. Let's quickly look at the boot, and then we'll look at the engine bay. Again, the 1.4 litre engine on this. And the boot is tiny, and as you can see, we use it for the dog. She goes in here quite well, and we fold these down, and this parcel shelf flips up and back as well, as you can see. So yeah, that's just a quick walk around of the external. We'll open the engine bay quick, have a quick look under there, and wrap the video up. So I was trying to locate the engine bay pull. I realised that it was a Fiat, and just like on my van, it is underneath the passenger's side. So we've got this little flimsy red pull that we've got to pull. Pop, open the engine bay, and this time we should be able to get in there. And as you can see, Mrs. John Coupland isn't winning any concourse shows this afternoon for engine bay cleanliness, but we have got our Fiat petrol engine here, and it is a used engine bay. Battery, brake fluid, reservoir. We've got the engine and air filter box, and this is the last time I did the coolant and brake fluid changed, 7th of the 1st 2020. It might be out of date actually, because I think I have changed the coolant since then. And here are the engine mountings and all the bits and pieces. Power steering fluid and your washer fill up bottle as well. Under here you've got this, your Fiat, I don't know what the word is, specification of all the bits and pieces you need to use. And here's a lovely little automatic engine restart warning sticker. So that's under the bonnet there as well. So I know what the question is on your lips. It's, John, why on earth would you be seen dead in a pink Fiat 500? And actually, I won't lie, I do take it out and about when she's at work, and I sometimes drop Mrs. John Coupland off to work in it as well. And it is a nippy little thing. I had to remember when she first got it that actually I was driving on a public road with other people, and I was used to driving a 225 Audi TT Roadster convertible when she bought this, and that grips the road like mad. So one of these sort of 40-50 miles an hour around a roundabout, quite top heavy and quite scary. We did have it over onto two wheels, so we've never done that again. But yeah, it's a fun little car to drive. It's very low maintenance. In our ownership, all we've had to do is replace a coil spring. We have had to obviously do the usual servicing and tyres and bits and pieces like that. But for cars that were known notoriously to have gearbox faults and problems, no issues, touch wood, for us in regards to this one. So anyway, a little bit of a different video for you today. You've been asking for it, you've got it. We might do a little bit more of an in-depth one and a better one when we get her cleaned and tidied up a bit. But hope you've enjoyed the quick walk around of this, the little pink bug. And if you have liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. You can even subscribe to the channel, and also drop us a comment. Would you be seen dead in one of these? What do you think? Let me know. Again, follow me on the socials. It's John Coupland, all one word, on the Instagram, the Twitter and the Facebook as well. It's always good to meet new people and talk about nonsense. But until next time, thanks for watching.